Hi there. Let's take a look at I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. I've been listening to Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong's recording of this, and I cannot get it out of my head, and I really don't mind. It's my favorite new earworm. It's originally by Irving Berlin. Let's dive in and take a look. I'll teach you the chords as we go. I will say there are a number of chords to learn here, but as is typical for a lot of Irving Berlin's tunes and a lot of songs from the early 20th century, it follows what we call an AABA format. So there are two patterns of chords to learn, and then they repeat a lot. So I'll guide you through here. We're going to be in the key of G. Make sure you got your G chord ready to start. Index and middle on the 2nd fret of C and A, respectively. Ring fingers in the middle on the 3rd fret of E. We're going to go from that G chord to a G diminished 7 chord. And this one's a little bit on the easier side. We're going to take that index and middle, slide it to the 1st fret. Still on C and A. Now we're just on the 1st fret. Yeah, we'll take that diminished 7 chord with just 2 fingers. We'll take that one. Then we go from there to A minor. Middle finger goes over to the 2nd fret of G. And then leave that middle finger where it is. And we're going to add the ring finger here on the 2nd fret of E for D7. And that goes quickly. There are 2 beats each. So G, G diminished 7, A minor to D7. And then we close out that line with a full bar of G for 4 beats, and then a full bar back to that diminished 7 chord. So we're sort of moving around in a circle here. Again, that first line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then full measure of G, 2, 3, 4, full measure of diminished 7. When we get to the 2nd line, keep that circle going over to A minor for a full bar, D7 for a full bar, then we'll come back to G, and then we're going to skip the diminished 7 this time, go straight over to A minor, D7, back to G. And the timing of that measure is this. G for 2 beats, A minor 1, D7 1, back to G for a full bar. So that whole 2nd line starts on A minor for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, here it comes, G for 2, A minor, D7, back to G. Right? You'll notice I'm doing a little bit of a swing strum here. Feel free to join me, or just straight strums is fine as you get to know the chord progression. Let's try that A pattern. We start on G, 1, diminished 7, A minor, D7, then land on G for a full 4, diminished 7, 2nd line, A minor, watch here, G, A minor, D7, G. I'll add some words. The snow is snowing, the wind is blowing, but I will weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. Try it again. I can't remember a worse December. Just you watch those icicles fall. What do I care if those icicles fall? I've got my love to keep me warm. Pause there. We're halfway there, right? We got half the song just with those 2 lines of music. So feel free to pause here, loop as much as you need to. Remember, you can always ditch the strumming at any time just to work on that chord progression. Lots of loops, lots of repetition, but it still takes a moment just to get yourself oriented. Let's take a look at the B pattern. When we get there, this is a very short section here. Just, 4 bars, but a lot of chord movement. We're going to go to the B minor chord, which I like to play with my fingers across the 2nd fret as a bar, and I usually use my index, and then my middle is like an extra oomphy, extra strength here, and then you can bring your ring finger here to the 4th fret of G. However, you can also, I always like to give folks the option of just doing a bar on that second fret for B minor 7 is what that chord is, or you can do it with all 4 fingers. And I suggested here because we're only playing it for 2 beats, right? And it's kind of a jazzy tune. You can get away with a 7 chord here. So do the chord, make the chord that makes the most sense for you and offers you the challenge that you need today. That's always a caveat with all of my teaching. So we're going to go from B minor or B minor 7 to the F sharp 7 chord. Here's another one that if I'm doing it the full official way, right, I'm taking my E7 chord, I'm scooching it up to the 3rd and 4th fret, but I'm going to jumble my fingers around. My index finger is going to be up here to kind of, as I don't need a full bar for it because I only have 1 string that's open. But basically what I'm doing here, I'm going to zoom this in analog style here. My index finger's on the 2nd fret of E, right? Then I'm going to lay that E7 shape on top of it. Middle is on the 3rd fret of G. Ring and pinky are going to be on the 2nd fret of C and A respectively. That is the official F sharp 7 chord. However, because this open E note is in the F sharp 7 chord, I can take that same E7 shape, scooch it up to the 3rd and 4th fret, and there's a doubling of that note, but it doesn't not fit. So I leave it to you to find the challenge that works for you, right? Regular E7 scooched up to 3rd and 4th fret, or sort of a half barred chord with that index finger in there for you. All right, so much explanation for just 4 beats of music. So B minor or B minor 7 to F sharp 7, just 2 beats each, right? We're going to go back to B minor or B minor 7, and then land back on E7. And feel free to take a moment just to work your way through those chords without any rhythm. B minor, F sharp 7, B minor, E7. Definitely a little bit on the tougher side, right? So we want to give ourselves plenty of time just to work without any rhythm, any strumming or anything, and really look at your fretboard when you do this and spot yourself, right? Think and visualize for yourself, where am I going? That's going to really help make those chord progressions a little bit smoother. Not easier, but smoother over time, right? One more time. B minor, F sharp 7, back to B minor, E7. Second line's a little bit easier. We go from A minor to E7, back to A minor, and then to D7. So nice pattern there. Once again, I'm going to play it nice and slow here. 1, 2, starting B minor, 1, 2, F sharp 7, back to B minor, E7, A minor, E7, back to A minor, to D7, back to G. Then we're at the beginning of the A pattern again. Here's where I want to encourage you to slow yourself down. Again, pause and pause the video and just again work your way through the chords of that B section. And you can use an exercise. Maybe I'll make a separate video of this. But the exercise that I use for this is to start just walking through as we did before. No rhythm or anything. Just walk your way through the chords. You can do it 4 chords at a time, or you can do all 8 chords of the pattern. After you're feeling somewhat okay, what you can do is start to add a metronome, 4 slow beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Give yourself plenty of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And don't worry about it sounding pretty. You just want to take all 4 beats to move and get to the next chord by beat 1 of the next section, right, of the next measure. When you're feeling good about 4 beats, do it 3 beats each, then 2 beats each, and then add a little bit of that swing strum in there, right? I think I will make a separate video of that just to guide you through that little section. For now, let's loop it a few times. We'll add the words so we hear how it fits together, and we'll come back and remember that A pattern at the end. 1, 2, just the chords. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, again. Oh, I got that wrong. Let's try that one more time. I gotta call out the chords for myself. B minor, F sharp 7, B minor, E7, A minor, E7, A minor, D7. Add the words this time. Here we go. Off with my overcoat, off with my glove. Who needs an overcoat? I'm burning with love. Back to the A pattern. Hearts on fire. The fire gets higher. So I will weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. Beautiful. So we've got our A pattern, our B pattern. Come back to our A pattern. At the very end, after that, we're going to repeat it twice through. And then at the very end, after the last stanza, we'll do a little outro that sounds like this. Just slowing it way down. I've got my love to keep me warm. So we slow it way down. Just do a single strum each of that A minor, D7, and end it all on G. All right, so join me for an extra little practice of that B pattern if you need it. Otherwise, you can move right along to the play along video. And again, with any video, anytime, feel free to leave the strumming out just to work on these chord progressions. They're not easy, but they are doable. They are repetitive, so take your time. It's worth the effort you put in. It's a really fun song to play. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy your practice.